What's going on, Aquarius? How are you doing? Hope we're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for June 2023. So in this reading, Aquarius, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy, some things you do not see coming, and also get some advice from your spirit guides and angels, and so much more regarding June 2023, Aquarius. Now, before we get into this reading, as always, I do want to take a moment, Aquarius, to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time, Aquarius, to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here. But without further ado, I am now going to pull the energy, and we will see what wants to come through for you, Aquarius, for the month of June 2023. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Aquarius. Okay, let's see what we got here for you, Aquarius. Oh. First thing I'm being called to say, Aquarius, is that, okay, very deep healing or very deep pain is possible in June 2023 for you. This is not going to be a month of basically neutrality. This is what I'm being called to tell you, Aquarius, is this is a month of polarization. This is a month where very deep transformation is possible, but also very deep pain is possible. So you can either go further into your wounds or you can finally come out of something, but you won't stay the same. Before we get into the tarot, let's start this reading off with some messages from the universe for you. Some oracle messages from the universe. The first thing you have here is charity, prayer, and contemplation. Connect with heaven, ask, and you shall receive. So this is a real quick message. For some reason, there's something coming through about the Schumann resonance of the earth. As many of you know, Aquarius, because you're very tapped into the collective consciousness here, there's something about the vibration of the planet has been slowly raising, in big part due to the consciousness of humans that is really on the leading edge, that is really expanding way beyond any sort of like lower things like racism, any sort of judgment. Like people who are on the leading edge like yourself who watch me, we're really at this point where we can transcend all of these lower things that our ancestors have been dealing with for a very long time. Now there's something coming through, Aquarius, that you need to be aware of about why it's important for you to pray for others and pray for yourself to raise the vibration. As many of you know, what happened in 2020, there may have been some sort of thing that was happening in order to deliberately decelerate this process of raising the vibration that we've been on. And it's almost like because the Schumann resonance has been raising, because human beings are becoming so advanced, there was some sort of dart thrown at all of us in 2020 in order to decelerate that process. And what I'm being told with prayer, there's something about you understanding the value of keeping your own vibration high, not just for you, but for everyone else. Now, on a more personal note, and almost like understanding that you are in a spiritual war, that you are in a spiritual warfare. From a certain perspective, World War III, we're in the middle of it. Okay, and I know a lot of you know that. If that's not the case for you, then take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But here's the thing. Prayer and contemplation on a personal level for you that's coming through very strongly, Aquarius, is that there is something about using your mind. Ask and you shall receive. This universe is much more simple if you can look at it that way. Mind creates reality. All things are connected to the mind, okay, first and foremost. And so what I'm getting from this Aquarius on a personal note is, in order, like when you pray for something this month, because it would be very wise for you to do some sort of visualization, some sort of prayer, some sort of affirmation process, really using your mind, especially as an air sign, in order to bring it into your life. There's something, Aquarius, about when you pray this month, you must pray as if you have already received what it is that you want. Because when you say, I really want something, that implies lack. Because when you want something, it means you don't have it, and it creates an energetic distortion. So, in other words, whatever it is that you desire, you must sit in some sort of contemplative moment of, I already have this thing. How can you feel like you already have it? How can you trick your senses? How can you personally feel like maybe we already are on a new earth without bypassing? How can you lift other people up? There's something about lifting up yourself and the collective through your desires, but also that collective warfare thing you need to be reminded of, and the importance of you waking up every day, raising your vibration, knowing that it affects everyone else, especially as an Aquarius. Now we also have Kali Ma facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding here for you, Aquarius, and there's something about you transcending fear. Once again, this has to do with what I first mentioned about it's going to be a polarizing month. A lot of you, there's going to be a lot of fear coming up, but what the universe is telling me to tell you is that fear is just extra energy. Okay, Aquarius, there's something coming through very strong about it's never the circumstance that is the problem. It's your interpretation of it that creates something. And so if you were to understand fear at just a very visceral, somatic level, what is it? It's just more energy. It's just more life force energy. Maybe, yeah, there is some sort of cortisol there. Maybe there's a lot going on that you don't want, but we have to understand on a spiritual level, you're going to be transcending fear by almost plunging yourself into it in June, okay? And what you have to understand is that fear is just extra energy. What happens when you don't label it? Is it as bad as your mind tells you that it is? Because there's something in your life that you are going to be plunged into when it comes to facing your fear this month, okay? And so it's also a darker energy. You know, Kali Ma can have that dark energy, kind of like me and Austin and Billy with Lily conjunct the ascendant. So if you look at me and you feel some type of way, I ain't doing that for no pendant. That's an aside for some of you that can keep up with that. What I'm telling you is there's something about facing fear, embracing your dark side, etc., but just embracing the energy of fear, or embracing whatever challenge is in front of you, instead of labeling it, just using the extra energy, okay? Now you also have Lord Shiva transcendence. Rise up, honor your inner force here, okay? And you know what's super interesting about this, Aquarius? Oh Lord, there is something about some sort of blending of your own spiritual gifts. In this particular deck, Kali Ma and Lord Shiva are twin flames in this particular deck here, Aquarius. They are twin flames. This points to some sort of blending of spiritual gifts that you're going to be experiencing, that the universe is letting you know that you're going to be experiencing here. Shiva and Kali Ma together are all about destroying fear. Lord Shiva does it through more of a masculine warrior type way. At the same time, there's something going on with you in that. Now, some of you, there is going to be a twin flame relationship coming into your life. For some of you, it could be circling back around, I'm getting. But there's something about a twin flame. For a lot of you, this is just going to be your own blending of your own spiritual gifts and the ability to destroy fear. And so you have to be prepared for that. You have to step into fear. Like, fear is the great indicator, okay? Is what I would say in your own personal life. Now, the last thing that I'm being called to say to you before we get into the tarot about June is that the mentally ill person drowns in the same exact waters in which the mystic swims with delight. Let me repeat that. You're welcome. The mentally ill person drowns in the same exact waters in which the mystic swims in delight. And this points to the whole fear thing about not labeling fear as negative, but just understanding it as a carnal energy and then using that to your advantage, especially when it comes to attaining your desires, because there's some sort of thing about fear combined with attaining your desires. And it's really there's something about slaying your ego. Like, there's something about slaying your own ego, or perhaps for some of you, slaying the ego of others this month, okay? This is a very powerful introductory message. Now, this reading is very, there's something about your stability maybe in question here. So let's go ahead and get into the tarot. Your opportunity this month, Aquarius, is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands has to do with, it's coming through as a rite of passage. There's some sort of intense experience that you're going to be going through. Although harmonious, it is something that is necessary to get you to the next level here, Aquarius. There's some sort of thing about the Four of Wands and your opportunity. You must do something here that is not going to be forever. So a lot of you are going to be facing your own fears, facing your own demons, whatever that means for you. That's going to lead to more stability eventually, but your opportunity is that it's going to feel like you're losing your stability because once again, you're in unknown waters, but you have to not label, you just have to be in it, okay? Now, there is something about a relationship as well, especially Aquarius, because you have Lord Shiva and you have Kali Ma, the twin flames coming out together. For a lot of you, the universe is going to present you with some sort of harmonious soul relationship, whether this is friends, family. For a lot of you, this is going to be a lover as an opportunity. What it's really tied up to, we're going to have to clarify in a moment, but I will tell you right now, Aquarius, there's a lot going on for you this month, and it's make or break. This is not a month of neutrality. At the same time, you must walk that middle path so you don't get lost in things. Now your challenge is the Four, and for a lot of you, this has to do with intimacy with other people. Now, your challenge is the Four of Cups here, Aquarius. The Four of Cups has to do with someone not, unrequited love, someone not taking bait, someone not taking a love offer. For a lot of you, you're going to have a very big love offer coming your way here, Aquarius, that many of you will turn down. Alternatively, some of you may be in love with someone that when you can transmute your own fear, you will end up with, but it's not ready yet. There's something, we're going to clarify why the Four of Cups is here in your challenge. For a lot of you here, this is the path of courage and transcending your own fear when it comes to your mission in life. And it also has to do with the importance of you being connected to the collective. I'm getting chills as I'm saying this. A lot of you, whoever this Four of Wands is, there's something about community. There's an opportunity, but you may be afraid of rejection, vice versa. No matter how you cut it, once again, the number 4 has to do with stability, and it's in your opportunity, but it's also in your challenge. Okay, so we're going to have to clarify that in a minute when we really clarify. And you have another, yeah. Now, Aquarius, when it comes to your overall general energy for the month of June, we have you have the Six of Pentacles, you have the Lovers, and you also have the Death card here, Aquarius. The Six of Pentacles has to do with some sort of gift that the universe may be giving you. It has to do with giving and receiving in balance. You have the Lovers tied up to it, which indicates some sort of choice that you need to make. A big choice about either your life or it's a person. For a lot of you, there is some sort of love, big choice in romance coming your way here. And you also have the Death card, which has to do with transformation, has to do with transforming fear. Also, for a lot of you, it has to do with an ending. For a lot of you here, Aquarius, where you're in some sort of relationship, it doesn't have to just be romantic. There's something here about a lack of balance. The number 6 has to do with harmony, family, balance, but it's more so coming through as like give and exchange of resources. The Lovers to the Death card. A lot of you, Aquarius, in your overall general energy are going to be walking away from some sort of soul connection that you feel is out of balance. For those of you where that's not happening, there is a very powerful, I'm not getting that it's romantic for all of you. There's some sort of twin flame, does not have to be romantic. It's just a reflection of your own soul that transforms you quick in a heated way. And there's some sort of thing about that coming to you. The Six of Pentacles and the Lovers here, Aquarius, represent someone who's going to give you, there's harmony here, but it's going to require transformation. The Death card for some of you here has not to do with an ending, but it has to do with transforming your own fear to let someone in, which is why the Four of Wands is your opportunity. Some of you could meet the person you're going to get married to this month. For others of you, or for the sames of you here, what I'm getting, the Four of Cups in your challenge has to do with you rejecting something that could be good for you. Maybe because of past hurt. Maybe this fear, the Kali Ma and the transcendence has to do with you're not ready. Maybe someone's knocking on your door in love, a twin flame, but you're not ready for it because you felt like you were burned from other relationships in the past. That's really what I'm picking up here. So I'm picking up on two different things for Aquarius. This is for a lot of you as well. This is all happening simultaneously with both camps. And then somehow I'm telling you, it's just a pivotal month for you right now. When it comes, Aquarius, to what you don't see coming, you have the Eight of Swords, you have the Four of Swords, and you have the High Priestess here. The Eight of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the High Priestess. You're dissolving some sort of fear that has been on the substrate, or it's not been something that has been unconscious is going to be coming to your conscious mind here, and what you don't see coming. The Eight of Swords has to do with being trapped, but you're not, the swords aren't pointed at you, they're pointed at the ground. The Four of Swords has to do with healing, and it's the centerpiece to this reading. I'm getting chills in a 9-card spread minus the opportunity and the challenge. The Four of Swords is the centerpiece to your reading that has to do with stability. And so there's some sort of thing around you healing stability, but not in the traditional sense. Now you have the High Priestess, so there's a lot of mystery caught up to this. You may be felt like the universe is revealing to you, Aquarius, some sort of soul mate, some sort of, once again, twin flame aspect for you this month. You don't see this coming, by the way. The universe is basically presenting you with an opportunity to dig yourself further into the stuckness, or to finally rise up and face your fear, especially when it comes to your own stability, when it comes to relationships with other people, whether this be doing some sort of project for the collective or in an intimate love thing, if that's what you're looking for at this time. For some of you, it's both. For some of you, you're going to meet someone here who activates your spiritual gifts, and you're in a love thing with them. Now, for others of you, this doesn't have to do with a person in general. This has to do with you blending your own spiritual gifts. That's why Lord Shiva and Kali Ma here, the message from the universe, is you blending your own spiritual gifts. To give you a concrete example of this, is how I've done it in my life, is just the autistic mystic. You know, autism is what happens when there's too much masculine aspects going on in the brain. It's too masculinized. It's almost too active. And then the mystic part of me is what happened to me when I had a full-blown spiritual awakening, and a lot of these balloons and these yogas became activated in me. And so now what I'm doing in my life, you guys think you know what I'm doing with tarot as my main career. Tarot is just a warm-up for me. Right now I'm studying astrology like an absolute maniac. I'm combining because the autistic side of me is going to make me an amazing astrologer, but I'm not jumping into anything I'm not ready for. And but that combined with the mystic side is unique. There's something about your own spiritual gifts blending, but I'm telling you, they're not going to be blended until you face that fear. For me, it was owning the part of the autism side instead of trying to push it away, right? What is the mistake that many of you could be making right now is like trying to push away something that's meant to be there. I don't know what that is. For some of you, that's going to be a person. For others of you, that's going to be some sort of boon, some sort of natural trine, some sort of blessing that it makes you afraid, though. I don't know what that's about, but it's some sort of mysteries being revealed to you that's giving you at least the opportunity to resolve your stuckness. Whether you do that or not, I'm not sure. Now, when it comes to your advice from your spirit guides, you have the Two of Swords, you have the Eight of Cups, and you have the Two of Cups. So there's clearly something about partnerships, a choice that you need to make in love. Spirit's telling you the Two of Swords to the Eight of Cups to the Two of Cups here. There's something you really don't want to, for some of you, there's really something you don't want to walk away from that's out of balance that you need to. That's part of your fear. You're very afraid to walk away from a family member, a friend, or a lover where it's completely out of balance, but somehow you're dependent on them. You could be dependent on them for financial. You could be dependent on this person or group for your own self-esteem, but there's something else you're meant to do. The Two of Swords, Eight of Cups, and this is about letting go of something, Aquarius, that maybe you never thought. For a lot of you, this has to do with a work thing, by the way, as well. And it has to do with someone who may be coming in and giving you a different opportunity, or this has to do with, once again, the merging of your own different selves. For some reason, the Two of Cups is coming through. You do have Lord Shiva, you do have Kali Ma. A lot of you, there's going to be an opportunity with a person, but it's going to scare you. And I'm telling you, for a lot of you, it has to do with that career. But for a lot of you here, it's telling you there's something here, Aquarius, that you don't want to look at. The Two of Swords, I don't want to look at. I'm in denial. No, I can never let this go. Whether it's a job or a person, no. Or I can never let them in. Because for a lot of you, once again, there's something you need to let go of. But for some of you here, the advice is, Aquarius, are you pushing someone away that could be very good for you here? So with that being said, enough with all the hoopla. Let's really get into the tarot now and start clarifying. So let's go ahead and clarify why the Four of Wands is here in your... the Four of Wands does have to do with ceremonies. Some of you, if you're already in something deep with someone, there could be an opportunity I'm getting for some sort of unconventional marriage. I remember when I was doing ayahuasca in Costa Rica, there was this guy who got married like on the last day, and it was a beautiful thing. Something about an unconventional marriage opportunity. But once again, if there's no one for all of you, there's some sort of the marriage between your own selves, becoming whole within yourself. But that's not going to come unless you have fear, because what I'm sensing is a lot of you have these ideas, or a lot of you, what's true to your soul is not being reflected on the outside. Maybe some of you have one Facebook account for your family, and then you have another Facebook account for your spiritual friends. With where we're going in the collective, that needs to come to an end. That's not really gonna help it. That's the split. There's no split. Part of the beauty of the name, the autistic mystic, is that's wholeness. It's beyond what I can even say. I'm not even sure how it happened. But why is it, I'm just getting this across to you. Why is the Four of Wands here for you, Aquarius? And also that rite of passage, some sort of willingly accepting fear. Why is the Four of Wands here for Aquarius and your opportunity? Hold on. Why is the Four of Wands here for you in the opportunity? And a lot of you, this has to do with sharing your gifts about something that you love. The Six of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Death card in your overall general energy. Sharing a gift that you love, but something needs to transform in order for that to happen. And that's a very internal thing for a lot of you. And then it's going to affect your stability. And also you're afraid of rejection. What if people don't like my gifts? What if people don't like what I have to share? Well, then guess what? They're not your audience anyway. And a lot of you are depriving the collective. A lot of you are depriving the universe. A lot of you are depriving people of the universe's expansion by your own fear. And what you have to realize is that I eat fear for breakfast with no milk. Like, once again, like I told you in the beginning, I have, this is raw, don't use it against me. I have Mars and I have Lilith conjunct my ascendant in my birth chart. That means I thrive off fear. That also makes people want to almost like attack me. Like Mars on the ascendant, people can be quite intimidated. People think I have this like weird, like, it's just, why am I, why is the Four of Wands here? Can I get a clarification? Why is the Four of Wands here in your opportunity? Four of Wands in your opportunity is clarified by the Six of Swords, the Moon, and also the Star. This has to do definitely with moving, jumping into the unknown here, Aquarius. And also something about there's something about your subconscious is going to be healed. Healing the subconscious mind is your opportunity, but it may require you to take a physical move. The Six of Swords has to do with the practical. The Moon and the Star have to do with the spiritual, the lessons of your soul. And it's interesting, remember charity. The first thing I said to you in this reading, Aquarius, is there's something about prayer. When you pray, you must feel like you already have what it is that you desire. At the end of the day, you have to feel some way. So why not feel like the champ? Why not feel like the king? Why not feel like the best to ever do it? It's really up to you. And maybe the best to ever do it is not the same as me. It's going to be the best at managing the collective, creating communities, bringing your weirdness to life. Now, the Star and the Moon combination has to do with healing, a wish fulfillment, setting your intention high, but also healing the subconscious mind. The only way to heal the subconscious mind, or one of the easiest ways to do it, is through constant repetition. I would suggest some of you, if you're in a position of changing your career, go read the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill this month. Reprogram your subconscious mind through repetition. The only reason I'm sitting here today and I'm able to just rip off these readings in a constant flow state with absolutely zero fear at all, for the most part, is because I'm a psychotically reprogram my subconscious mind over the years. Psycho. Now it's on autopilot. I don't really have to do it as much, but I'm doing it now in a different way. But what I'm telling you is also there's some sort of thing that you need to do with it though. You have the Six of Swords. There's an opportunity for you to take an action. Maybe, once again, the same waters that the mentally ill drown in, the mystic swims in delight. There's something about you really taking a risk, because if you don't and you stay the same, there's something about an opportunity could blow by you and you may feel like you have security, You may think, the mind may think you have security, but what you'll find is that those who think that they're avoiding taking a risk by arriving at death safely, those who go through life, oh, well, my father said this, well, let's just stay. No, because they'll think I'm weird. I can't have the one Facebook. I need 2 Facebook accounts. Those who desperately try, or not even desperately, tentatively try to arrive at death safely by not taking a risk, what you find is that is the biggest risk of all, because this life, you'll miss it. You'll miss it, Aquarius. It will go by and you won't even have accomplished your mission. So the reason I'm here, and the reason I can get cocky, and the reason I can piss you guys off a lot of the times is because I'm here to light a fire. Like the fire needs the air, I won't burn unless you're there. Why do you think I do the air signs first? Ooh, I need you. But I even need your hate. I need your hate so I can use your free energy. I need you to hate so I can use your free energy. That may be a foreign concept to some of you, but I know it's actually not. Now, let's clarify why the 4 of Cups is here in your challenge. Four of Cups in your challenge, Aquarius, is clarified by the Hierophant, the Knight of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, and also the Knight of Wands. For a lot of you, this has to do with you stepping into leadership and you being really afraid of the grind that it's going to take to get there. Alternatively, for a lot of you, this has to do with a commitment. Someone is good for you here. Someone wants a commitment, but you're going to have to transform your fear. For a lot of you, this has to do with love. This has to do with, once again, some sort of weird marriage thing. The Hierophant has to do with marriage. It has to do with tradition. It has to do with also the bridge between the heaven and the earth, actually taking the knowledge that you have, and your challenge is to somehow ground that, create institutions. I want to create Hogwarts here. When I'm only 25. By the time I'm 60, you'll find me in the Highlands of Scotland with literal Hogwarts going down. Literally, that's what's going to happen. So I hope you're there with me. But what I'm telling you is, your challenge is to somehow ground some sort of tradition. Create your own tradition. If you don't like the traditions of this earth, create your own tradition. Now, but there's some sort of, once again, fear. For a lot of you, there's something about commitment is really good for you, but you're so afraid because you got burned in the past. You must give it a chance here, is what I'm getting now. Alternatively, some of you, this is about leaving, and you're going to know who you are, because if you're in some sort of toxic thing, I don't have to explain that. You're going to know that. And it's about leaving. It's about going on your own quest, even though you're scared. For a lot of you, this has to do with your career, too. With the Knight of Wands, the 3 of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Hierophant, it's not going to come overnight. But if it came overnight, you wouldn't enjoy it anyway. So with that being said, Aquarius, I'm going to conclude this